So we're gonna try the pump track first because that's where I kind of felt the most limitation of the bike initially. We'll do a quick kind of pre-ride on it because you can see it's pretty, I mean, you might never be able to see, but it's pretty eroded here. So going off over the top and to the blind side for the first time, you don't know what to expect on the landing, so you got to be a little careful. Let's do a quick pre-check. And pretty rough. Oof, yeah, oof, oof. It's very, very out of shape. Let's go, before we get too deep, let's go do this side and see how it is, and then we'll make a decision whether or not it's a good idea to go out to the other side. The bike does feel a lot better though too. Overall, the suspension, the wheels, I do have a bit of a creaking sound going on. I think it's the pedals or the bottom bracket. You might be able to hear it. Only when I'm putting down the pedals. And I did put on that Dior that I had on the bridge. Put that on as well, so now I have a bit of a more friendly cassette range. I still got the big 46 climbing gear, but it's not as gappy on those first three, so it's a little more mild when you're jumping between those gears. But yeah, so far everything feels real good. Just a couple of creaking issues, and then the lack of a clutch derailleur is a little bit noisy too, but everything else feels pretty good, as you would probably expect. You wouldn't really expect it to not feel very good. But yeah, these trails are definitely yellow, at least. Haven't really come across any wet, low spots. It's pretty much good to go. As I say that, just hit 2 of them, but they weren't super wet. I'm not picking up a lot of mud, so, oop, said it too soon. Golly. So yeah, there's a couple of pretty gnarly wet spots here. We'll just try to get straight through. Definitely feels humid. And this bike, man, it feels a hell of a lot faster than it did last time I was out. And I think a lot of it is the wheels. They're a lot more smooth rolling. Just feel better overall. So we'll head back in the other way and catch the normal trail going back. Ooh. And we'll have to remember there's a couple of muddy spots over here. Don't want to hit them super hard and fast because I'm not good at sudden changes in traction. I'll probably fall, and then you know, I just don't want to get all stupid muddy because, you know, I got to drive back in my car. drier over here. But, also, at the same time, the trails are pretty rough. Like, they've taken a beating the last, over the winter, the last couple of weeks, all the rain. This is where damage can happen. If you're not paying attention. Oh yeah. Bike feels fantastic. Way better than it did before. Smoother, quieter, not as, not as sketchy, twitchy. I don't think twitchy is the right word. I think a lot can be said for confidence in tire choice and having a through axle on the front. Really stiffens it up, kind of helps you feel a little bit better about your cornering, that the axle isn't going to bend on itself and throw you sideways. If the water levels got high, it'd probably be, a recipe for that section to be not so great, but it's fine. There's another piece here. Ooh. This part's kind of been redone. There was a guy a few weeks ago out here working on this part. It's hot out. It's like humid. It feels good. And take it over the cold dish for sure. So normally at that section, I'd be pretty gassed. Heart rate would be about maxed out, 180 some. According to my watch, it was only about 159. And I just started talking, jumped up a bit to 166. So, not bad. As I'm building fitness, it's getting a little easier. So let's see if we can make that bottle fall out. Still there. Oh, we gotta be careful with the slimy parts. This is where my bottle usually falls out. Not today. One thing that I have noticed about this bike is the chainstays are a little annoying because they got that like flare out, and I feel like I'm constantly hitting my ankles on them. Maybe it's just a me issue, but maybe I just need to kind of figure out a better way to position my feet on the pedals, but it's pretty annoying. And I'll probably get used to it at some point, hopefully. Okay, so we're gonna go, since I don't believe there's too many people out here, we're gonna go the fun way. this way is the more downhill-y way. You hit the switchbacks and you can get a little bit more speed versus coming up it. It's a little bit more challenging, not as fun. So hopefully nobody's on it. We'll be able to open it up a little bit as long as it's dry like this. It's also going to be important to check myself when I'm done for ticks. I feel like I usually in the spring I'll get a tick on me, and I did have a dream 2 days ago that had a tick in my thumb and it wouldn't come out. I was pulling on it and the body was stretching out. It wasn't breaking, but then it would like sink back into my skin. So there's a chance that we might pick up a tick today. Ooh, part's a little rough. Still no chain drops, which is surprising how much it's flapping around back there. Trying to keep my eyes ahead, but also making sure I'm not hitting anything sketchy that it's going to knock me out. Or slide me out, I should say. So up here, the first little turn, you gotta be careful. There's a root. I'm gonna try to take you out almost every time. You can see we're getting a little bit of chain chatter back there because we're in the harder gears. There's a little more slack versus the climbing gears, but still not seeing any chain drops. Also, another piece that's good to mention is the fact that I put a little more steer tube on this one. Made sure to cut it a little longer so that way it's a little bit more upright and I'm not super slouched over. The end of the ride. Just want to say, thanks for hanging out with me today. Glad I'm able to get out here and ride for another day. Hopefully we'll be able to do it again real soon. And thanks for watching. See you on the next one.